Hey fam, welcome back to Tari's Lifestyle and Vlog, and thank you so much for stopping by. So in today's video we're going to be talking about how to replace a lost or stolen BRP, Biometric Resident Permit card. Okay, but before I go on, if this is your first time of coming to my channel, my name is Tari, and on this channel we'll talk about UK visas and immigration. We'll talk about how to safely and successfully travel to the UK and how to navigate and settle in the UK as an immigrant. Okay, so if this sounds like something you're interested in, then please subscribe, turn on your bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my videos going forward. And to my returning subscribers, thank you all so much for always coming back to my channel. I always appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. So I've done a video on how to replace an expired biometric residence permit card, whether you have a visa on it or not. If you want to see that video, I'll put the link up here so you can have a look. But today we're going a bit further. We're going to be talking about how to replace your card if your biometric residence permit card, if it's actually stolen or if you lost it. And so for those of you that don't know what a biometric residence permit card is, it's also known as the BRP card. It's a card that's issued to anyone that's coming to the UK for more than 6 months. So if you're coming to the UK to stay for more than 6 months, or if you're extending your visa for more than 6 months, or anything after over 6 months, you'll usually get a biometric residence permit card rather than a visa stamped on your passport. Okay, so there's so many benefits that the biometric residence permit card has. There are things that you can use it for. If you also applying to settle in the UK, you get a biometric card, a biometric residence permit card. I must mention that. Okay, it has so many benefits, which we're going to talk about in a different video, but for the purpose of this video we're going to be talking about how to replace your card if for any reasons it gets lost or it gets stolen. So we know that it's a very important document and we need to keep it safe, but sometimes things happen. Maybe you kept it somewhere in your house, or maybe you took it out and then it got lost, or you couldn't find it in your house. You don't know if it's there or if someone has picked it. You don't know. For the sake of your rest of mind, for your peace of mind, then you want to replace it. Okay, so that's really important because, like I said, it is your identity. It's an identity document, so it carries your identity. It's a very important document. So if you find out that your biometric residence permit card is lost or someone has stolen it, then the first thing you want to do is to report it. So you want to report it to the Home Office. You can report the lost or stolen biometric residence permit card on the gov.uk website online, and I'll put the link to the website in my description box for you to make it easier for you if you're wanting to replace your card. Okay, and if the validity of your biometric residence and permit card is 3 months or more, you must make sure that you report and replace it within 3 months. It's really important that you replace this card, because if you don't report and replace your card when it's lost and stolen, you could be fined up to £1,000. So yes, you heard me right. Like I said, it's an important document. It is your identity, so you want to make sure you report it and replace it within 3 months. Okay, if it's lost or stolen. I'm just gonna read what it says on the website. It says if your BRP was valid for 3 months or less, you must do one of the following. Okay, report as lost or stolen if you do not intend to remain in the UK after its expiry date, which means that if you don't intend to remain in the UK, so you're waiting for your visa to expire, and once it expires you're going back to your country, you don't want to remain, then all you need to do is to just report it as lost or stolen. Okay, so apply for a replacement if you plan to leave and enter the UK within the next 3 months. So even though your visa is within 3 months, your biometric card is within 3 months, if you plan to still leave and re-enter the UK within that 3 months, you must apply for a replacement. Remember, I said if you're going to leave the UK before your visa expires, or by the time your visa expires you don't want to return, you don't need to replace it. But if you know that you're going to go in and come back, then you have to replace it. Okay, so that is really important. Also, apply to extend your stay if you want to stay in the UK after its expiry date. Say for instance you have a visa and you know that you want to extend the visa after the biometric card expires, and you can actually apply for it at that time. And once if you are approved, then you automatically get a new biometric card. So like I said, it's really important that you report and then replace your biometric card, because it's a document, it's your identity, and if someone uses it for something fraudulent, it will be seen as if it's you that actually committed that crime. Okay, or if it's used for any other purpose, it will be seen as if it's you, even though it's not you. Okay, so important is a legal document, so you want to keep it really safe. Now, this is if you are in the UK. What about if you are outside the UK and you find out that your card is lost or stolen? What do you do? So again, you must report it. So you can replace your biometric, you can report your missing biometric resident permit card, whether you're in the UK or outside the UK. So the first thing you want to do is to report it. However, you won't be able to replace your biometric resident permit card if you're outside the UK. If you're outside the UK, what you need to do is to apply for a biometric residence permit visa. So that will take you to the UK, and once you get to the UK, you can then apply for a new biometric residence permit card. So it's really important. If your card is lost, irrespective of where you are, you can report it, but you can only replace it when you're in the UK. If you're outside the UK, you have to get a biometric residence permit visa that brings you to the UK, and then you can apply for a new biometric resident permit card. It's important to note also that if you lost your biometric card and then you found it after you've lost it, say for instance you kept it somewhere in the house and you panicked and replaced it and reported it, you won't be able to use it, because at that time it would have been cancelled, because the reason you're reporting it is for it to be cancelled and a new one issued to you. So if you now find it, you cannot use it, because it won't be valid anymore. So what you want to do is to cut up the card in bits and send it back to the home office. I'll just read the address for you so you can see. Okay, so it says you should cut up the card. You should cut through the card, through your personal details, through the royal coat of arms, and the golden biometric chip if your card has one. So if your card has a biometric chip, you want to cut it across there as well. Okay, and once you've done that, put it in an envelope that does not have window, and you also want to send it back to the returns unit. I'm going to put this on the screen as well. Returns unit, and the address is there also. If you find someone's card, it's the same address, you send it to returns unit, and then the address is there for you as well. Okay, so it's easy. If you lose your biometric card, it's not the end of the world. You can always replace it. So if you're replacing your card in the UK, it doesn't cost you money, but if you're replacing it, if you're getting a visa, a biometric residence permit visa, then you would have to pay £154 to be able to get that visa. It might be possible that you want to prove your right to work or right to stay in the UK while you're waiting for your biometric residence permit card to be returned back to you, or for a new card to be issued to you. Remember, I said before that your biometric residence permit card serves as your identity document. So what do you do in the meantime? How do you prove your right to work, your right to stay, your right to NHS treatment, and all of that? So what you want to do is to tell whoever it is that you're actually waiting for your biometric residence permit card to be sent to you. Okay, so they should be, so if it's the NHS or if it's your employer, they will usually have what we call a share code that they would check on the gov.uk website, and they will be able to find out if really you have a right to work or stay in the UK. The same with the NHS, a treatment, they would check on the gov.uk website to see if you actually have a right to stay in the UK. So all hope is not lost. So this is just a quick and short one. I've done a video on how to replace an expired BRP card, and I thought I would do another one if someone has lost their card or if someone's card has been stolen. Okay, I hope this video has been helpful. If that helped you, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and of course subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. If you have any questions, any video suggestions, please put them in the bottom section, in the comment section, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.